I would like you all to know that Reese has insulted my filming room because everything out of frame is a complete mess.
It definitely does not look like it's supposed to on camera in real life.
This is what the inside of my head looks like. It's freaking stuff everywhere.
Alright.
That's not what this video is about.
It is not.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another story time with Reese. Another meth story time,
Oh boy.
if you will.
Yeah.
So
every time we do these, I think, God, I hope people I work with see these videos.
me too, because they're gonna be like, damn, bro, you go hard.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
I guess that's my cue to break off this. How do we want to start this story?
I'm gonna ask you some questions that I know the answer to, so that we can get a background on what the hell's going on.
Okay. Probably ought to give this like a little, precursor that this is what happens when you do drugs and make a series of bad decisions. You get yourself into situations that otherwise would not have happened at all.
Right. So for those new to our channel,
yeah,
Reese is a recovering meth addict with 7 years of sobriety.
Yeah, it'll be 7 come June. Yep.
Yep, 7 in June, which is amazing. And you struggled for a really long time with meth.
Yes, I did.
You know, he is also a veteran with PTSD. So when he came back from the military, it was a really challenging thing for you.
Yep.
You used alcohol and then methamphetamine pretty heavily.
Yes, heavily with an underscore.
So
in italics, bold.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I just want you to take over. I want you to share the story because when I hear it, I'm like,
yeah, I think we just brought it up the other day and you're like, no, I haven't heard this story. And it's like, yeah, I guess I have failed to mention this story.
By the way, I know I call you bro, but I love you. Okay, continue.
All right, okay, check it out. This story starts a long time in a galaxy far, far away in a little town in Arkansas. Anyway, I was at the time really in the midst of my downward spiral. It was towards the end of my addiction and I was really struggling to put together a few good days, let alone a few good choices. And so times were getting, pretty ugly for me. Anyway, so now that you know my decision-making process is completely flawed and I'm about to make a fool out of myself here we go. I'm out.
All the good stories
comes from a great place. I'm out one night trashing around with some girl who will remain nameless because I don't know how she's doing and we don't want to do that to people.
We don't do that.
But yeah, at the time I'm trashing around with her and we go back to my apartment and it's in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And she's dropping me off, or we're getting back there and she needs to use my vehicle. She needs to borrow my Tahoe. So I'm like, yeah, sure, sounds like a great idea. First bad decision of this story. So I pull off what I think is the keys to my apartment and the things that I need to get in. She takes over, hops in the driver's seat, goes to do whatever it is she needs to do. And I'm going up to my apartment thinking, all right, this is, here is the night. Well, I get up there and realize I've now taken off the wrong keys. I cannot get into my apartment. I immediately pick up my phone, and of course, anybody that just borrows your car in the meth world, their phone also now no longer works.
What time was this?
This had to have been like 1 in the morning. All right, so this is a completely absurd time, and I've got a rather large amount of dope in my pocket that has been for sale. And then I obviously has my own little personal stash in my keyhole pocket, which is the dope I'm keeping for myself. And the worst thing that could ever happen at this moment in time happened to me. I realized, I'm about to need to take a huge dump. And the need for a toilet is imminent. It is now pressing. I have got to make a decision about what I'm going to do here. So I know now that I'm in trouble. There's a gas station, little gas station, maybe a little over half a mile away. So
I have a question.
Question.
No, you said there's a gas station close.
Yes.
You didn't think about breaking in like a felon, would you?
I just didn't. Yeah, those were sturdy doors on those apartments. I got to give them that.
Did you have a window?
Yeah, a little front window. Yeah, I think so.
Thinking about
I just weren't thinking like just kind of bow in the window. And then
you're a big guy.
I could have got in maybe. Anyway. I've got drugs on me. I don't want somebody to call the cops because I'm breaking into an apartment and they show up. I'm like, oh, this is so. Anyway, besides the point. Your question is moot. Yes.
Okay.
So I decided to start hoofing it. I've got to walk fast here because we are, like I said, this is now a critical time. So I'm getting closer to this gas station, realizing it's now 1:30 in the morning. I am probably sweating because I'm high and I am taking some strides here. I'm nearly at a full trot, but I'm still kind of walking. I've got that power walk going on. So I hit the gas station immediately. I go straight through the front door into the back bathroom. And it's those little gas stations, where they're kind of like not a bodega, but they're small enough that there isn't a huge selection. Yeah,
you know what a bodega is?
I know what a bodega is. And then you make that little turn into that little narrow corner hallway that goes back, and there's all that closet to the right, and then the toilet unisex is on the left.
Yep.
I go straight for that hallway, hook a left, and go down, and into the bathroom I go. And I proceed to tear that thing up.
I know what you poop like, just regular, not on drugs.
And anybody that doesn't know, doing speed or methamphetamine, it accelerates everything, and that is also your digestive and your intestine system. So
gross.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. So anyway, I'm in the middle of just the worst night of my life at this point. It is about to take a turn to the abyss. Here we go. I hear a knock on the door, and I'm thinking, Hey, just give me a minute. I've got to wrap this up. Thinking, oh God, this is pretty rough.
Here it comes.
So, yeah, here it comes. So I'm thinking, all right, I better get to the finale here. I'm on the final chapter. I better, hold up the title belt, consider this thing a victory, and get the hell out of this bathroom.
The poop?
Anyway, so, as I'm trying to wrap up, I hear, hey, again on the door, and I'm like, give me a minute. I'm on my way out. I got to wash my hands. So I flush the toilet, I get up, I wash my hands, and I open the door, okay? And then I make an immediate turn to the right to come down this hallway, and what I see is not what I expected to see. I thought maybe I would see some grizzly drunk that have just wandered in from the IHOP that needed to use the bathroom too. I see 3 city cops, police officers, fully clothed, guns out, drawing on me in this little hallway. And I'm immediately being yelled at, given instructions on what to do and what not to do. And I'm thinking, this is not good.
This sounds like the arrest of Jessica Kent over and over again. It sounds exactly like
So I'm thinking, what is going on here? So they tell me, put my hands up, turn around, and slowly walk backwards towards them. And during this time, I probably have, I've probably asked a couple, like, what's going on? What's the situation? Of course, if you've ever seen cops, I'm being told it's none of my fucking business. Just keep backing up. Keep my hands where they can see them. And I get back about halfway through the first hall, the hallway, and I'm getting close to the first officer, and he breaks around, goes me left, and goes into that bathroom. And I'm thinking, that guy does not know what he's about to walk into. I feel really bad for him. There was no potpourri or spray in this small toilet bathroom at the gas station. So he goes in, and I'm thinking, maybe they think I've stolen something. You know what I mean? Like he's looking around here and rubbing him, and they back me up and they start to search me and pat me down. So immediately, as the guy's patting me down, the first guy comes out of the bathroom looking extremely discouraged, either because he got blown up or he didn't find what he was looking for. And the guy that's patting me down reaches into my pocket and pulls out the sack of dope that I have. And at this point, mind you, I'm out on bond for like the 3rd time in a row. I've got several felony charges pending. I'm thinking I'm going to go to jail now. All right, I'm about to go to jail again. This is not a good situation. Where's that skank with my Tahoe? That's what I'm thinking. Like, this all stems from her not coming back with my Tahoe or answering the phone. It was not her fault. This is all I've got a lot of ownership in here. So anyway.
In the moment, you were just.
So he pulls out and he goes, look at what we got here. So they back me up and they finish the search. They don't, however, get the keyhole pocket that's got my special dope that's for me and me alone. Anyway, I have to throw that in here because it's got its place. So they get me out and they pull me out at the side of the gas station and start asking me some questions about where I live, what I'm doing here. Obviously, I tell them where I live, give them the address. What am I doing here? Hey, ask the first guy that went in the bathroom. You're going to get a pretty good idea of what I'm doing here. I just blew that thing up, all right? Locked out of my apartment. This is what's going on. They proceed to tell me what has happened, all right? Somewhere around the same time that I am walking to this gas station to use the bathroom, someone a mile or 2 up the road at another small gas station in this town has robbed the place with a gun. All right, so they call it in. And apparently The call comes over the wire, and as I'm walking into this gas station, and I beeline straight for the bathroom, past this attendant. It might have been a small female, I don't know who it was. They got scared. And obviously I'm probably sweating, I'm in a hurry, so they pick up and call the police. And it just so happens that call comes in right after the call that a gas station has been robbed, and they realize these two gas stations are extremely close together. So they come racing in on the scene thinking they're about to get the guy. Probably thinking I'm in the bathroom counting my money or something. like a really bad criminal.
Yeah,
I've got no experience. I've now robbed a place and I'm counting it in another bathroom somewhere down the road. Anyway, so they tell me what's going on. They finally realize that I am not the guy. They get the description, and I mean, this guy, the description is like camo pants, a button-up shirt, and like a cowboy hat. And I've got like a polo and a baseball cap on. I'm like, couldn't be further from the description. Anyway, so I think just because of the fact that they found that dope on me, and it wasn't really the reason for the call, that I don't know what it was, but they didn't arrest me for that dope, but they did keep it. We discussed what that might have been because they were there on another call under the guise or circumstance that they were trying to intervene in a potential robbery or associated with another robbery. So I don't think they really had any kind of right to make that arrest.
So they have probable cause to search you.
Yes.
But there's no reason to hold you because you're not the guy that they were looking for. This would be like, and this has happened to me. I need to make a story time about this.
Okay.
I had a search warrant to my apartment, but they were looking for a situation that had happened for a robbery. So the search warrant specifically said you can take money or what looks like, you know, helped this robbery or whatever. And there were certain items on the warrant. They can't arrest me for drugs if they're there to look for things that I had robbed something with. They can confiscate that, but they can't charge me with it. So, you know, that's probably why you got away with it.
Probably what was going on. So at this point, I'm counting myself pretty lucky.
Yeah.
And they tell me, all right, you know, you're free to go. Beat feet home. I suggest you get home. Don't be out causing any more trouble doing dope. You know what I mean? Obviously,
I was just pooping.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, thinking, well, of course they pulled my record. They got my name at this point. They know what's going on. They found dope on me. So I walk back. The whole time I'm calling this girl, you know, where are you with my keys to get in? You know, I'm walking up into the apartment, and I'm thinking, you know, things could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
It definitely could have, you know, instead of being really upset, I should be grateful that I'm not in the back of a squad car going to jail.
Yes.
And then I thought, this is when it comes to me, I'm like, I still have that bag of dope that's in my pocket for me. And I think, who lives close enough here that'll be happy to share this moment with me? And so immediately, all I think about now is, where can I go get high with this dope I have? That is how crazy the mind of an addict is and what's going on.
You have to celebrate. You weren't arrested.
I immediately transitioned from that life moment where I come out and there's 3 guns drawn on me. I think I'm either potentially about to get shot or get arrested and pick up some charges, to thank God I'm free and clear so I can get high on these drugs in my pocket.
Yes.
And that is exactly the way I lived my life at that time. So, but it does make for a good story on the channel now.
It does.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Obviously she came back, you know, several hours later with some apologetic McDonald's McMuffins.
She brought you breakfast?
Yeah, she brought some breakfast. So I, you know, at this point in time, I'm high as can be down the road at somebody else's house when she finally calls. And I said, great. So I meet her up, we get in my apartment, we have our McMuffins, and then we proceed to have that moment together that you have when you're doing drugs and you're running around with people. Sorry. And that was the end of the story.
So when you were like at the gas station and the cops had their guns drawn on you, you guys, when this happens to you, well, it shouldn't.
When this happens to you.
But if this does happen to you and you're walking backwards to cops with guns drawn, that is the worst feeling ever. Not only can you not see where you're going, but you feel like you're about to like, they're about to grab you or maybe shoot you. And I've done that before, and that walk backwards felt like forever. Like I've been walking backwards for, you know what I mean, for a really long time, and it's nerve-wracking and it's terrifying. So
and they were, you know, and they were pulling me back to cuff me when they did it, you know. And
he's a 2-cuffer.
I'm a 2-cuff guy. We need another set of cuffs. And
it's irrelevant.
You know, and the guy, you know, the guy that's doing this told me, just relax, all right, buddy. And I said, hey man, I am relaxed. That's not the first gun that's ever been pointed at me. You know what I mean? And this guy just immediately is like, is that attitude? And I'm like, whoa, that is just information, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need this to escalate any more than it is. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, why you're pointing guns at me, and why I'm being cuffed up. up, you know what I mean? So
because you're big, you've had issues with correctional officers and law enforcement before.
Yeah.
They automatically assume that Reese is going to be violent.
I always got met with that question, like, we're not going to have a problem. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm already under arrest. I'm not foolish enough to make this worse for myself, you know?
Oh, that seems like a much better approach than mine. I always made their job harder, not because I wanted to. If I got arrested sober,
somebody gives you some lip like, you're about to have a bad night. You're like, both of us, homie.
Yes, but
we're both about to have a bad night now.
I acted crazy and irrational because I was under the influence of drugs. Anytime that I was arrested sober, I'm quiet. I'm not even going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Just book me.
Yeah, so that was a good story time. We covered a few others for me, but yeah, just a series of bad decisions, doing drugs, being up late, you know, I mean, you know, all those things that led me to that point, you know, were just bad, you know, addict behavior, addict decisions, you know what I mean? You know, who loans their car to somebody at 1 a.m., you know what I mean? Like,
you
know, somebody you don't really know that well, somebody that you know is sketchy, and you just assume, I mean, I'm surprised that after she pulls out, immediately her phone is turned off. It's like, guess whose
phone died.
Yeah, guess whose Tahoe is not coming back for a few hours.
On the next episode of Meth Stories with Reese, we're gonna talk about the time that he chased down someone that stole a wallet and he crashed his car. So
yeah, we can do that one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
What else you got?
Oh, I got the story where I got ambushed for by some cops when I was drinking and driving and doing some blow.
That's a good one
in a back alleyway, wrong place, another wrong place, wrong time situation. I have got some luck. I should definitely buy some lotto tickets. I have skated by so many times where it just, I mean, an arrest was imminent. I was on my way to fast track to federal pound me in the ass prison, and I just ended up with a warning and like on my way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
what I'm saying is we can make this a series with Reese because
if you want a series, go ahead and comment down below and I'll start firing them off. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna end today's video here. I really hope you enjoyed this story time. Be sure to give it a thumbs up so that we know you like these kinds of videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, we love you. Stay safe, stay sober. Don't loan your car out to someone at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Federal pound me in the ass prison? Are you serious? I have to edit that out.
I know.
Hold on. Cut. Cut!
Oh no.
God, you're so ashy.
I am. Okay.
Okay, what were we saying?
We were talking about how awkward it's going to be when people I work with see these videos.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.